Okay, greetings my friends. Thanks for stopping by. So you need a tent. So we're going to jump into a review here of the Gonex brand two-person tent. And here's a shot of it packed down. It's about a foot long. And let's jump into it. Okay, so let's lay everything out and show you what you get in here. You do not get a ground cover, so you'll need your own tarp. Okay, so here's the carry bag with the instructions. Wow, that bird's going crazy. Well, that's enjoyable. It's almost like we're in the jungle. Alright, so you get your carry bag with instructions for setup. You get your tent poles, and this is the vent for the top. This is the tent stakes, and this is the actual rain fly that goes over the entire tent. Okay, so one thing I've already noticed here on this tent, these tent poles are aluminum, not fiberglass, so that's high quality. So let's see if this tent is as good as they say. I've heard good things. We're going to get down to the details, even the stitching and the materials that are used in the construction of this tent. Okay, so this is modified. This is good. You do not have to stake your tent down first. Actually, you just lay your tent out, and you put your four corners of your tent poles into these metal inserts. Yes, they're metal. They're not plastic. If you've ever had a tent with plastic grommets, you know they're junk. That's metal, about 1/8 of an inch thick. And you don't have to stand the tent up. The tent poles are going to fall over. So then you just walk out in the middle of the tent, just make sure the door's open. And look at this. So this clip is designed to hold the lower rod and the upper rod into place, just so you can erect the tent. And now you can see what's going on here. All of these clips, here, 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 you're just going to pull these up and connect them onto the tent. Like that. They snap on. So you don't have to feed the tent pole through first. And then you just continue on snapping in every connector on the lower pole and the upper pole. See what I say when I mean lower pole? One goes under and one goes over. Doesn't matter which. Does not matter. Alright, I'm going to continue on doing this, and we'll give you a shot of it. Okay, well that was super quick. So I just continued around clipping these hooks onto the poles, and we've already got the tent up. Of course, I did this by myself. It's a whole lot easier than the last tent I had. This is the exterior fly for rain and cold weather. We'll put that on in just a minute. And keep in mind, I haven't staked the tent down or anything. It's just sitting there. So I can still turn the tent around. Let's do that. Let's face the door another direction. Ta-da! So yeah, I can just move this tent around anywhere. Let's show you. The street's right here. Where do we want to take it? Do we want to take it out in the street? Where do we want to go with it? Anywhere we want to go with it. I'm just taking this tent around. So yeah, this is good. Don't even have to stake it down. Put it together. Then think if you're somewhere and then you've decided you want to move your tent, you can do that. All right, I'll give you a zoom out shot. So this tent is about 5 feet from front to back and about 7 from left to right. They call this a two-person tent. I guess you could get 2 adults in there, no problem. Give you another shot of me moving this tent around. Look at that. I take it wherever I want. So don't stake it down first. Just put the poles through the grommets and on each corner. And of course, the poles are going to fall over. There's nothing you can do about that when it's just one person. But then you simply just grab this center connector and clip the poles together, and it holds it up for you for the rest of the installation. Okay, so I have draped the rain fly over the top. This is where it starts getting a little tricky on the instructions. A little unclear here, but what you want to do is just have your door facing the front, and you want to line these seams up where they make the shape of an X. See this seam going this way and this seam going this way, right over the top of your poles. And there's some cord here, and I'm trying to figure out the instructions on where the cord goes. I'm assuming it's going to go through these loops and tie off to make everything nice and taut. Okay, so now I'm starting to understand this tent would be great in the winter time too. Wow, once you get this rain fly over, I still haven't got it tight, but that's going to hold in a lot of heat. And the instructions talk about, you know, you're going to have to, if you're in the summertime and you're just using this cover as a rain fly, all you really want to cover is the mesh top from here to here across the top to keep the rain out. So you really want to pull this rain fly out for ventilation in the summertime. My advice is you're going to stay so warm in this tent. In the summer, you know, take your rain fly with you, but just, you know, fix it for quick access to cover the tent in case it starts to rain. But as soon as the rain stops, you're going to want to get this back off the tent because you got to let some heat out. You know how hot it gets in a tent in the summertime. You don't want this on in the summertime unless it's raining, that's for sure. Good thing is these screens zip up in the wintertime. This flap covers the screen for the winter, and in the summer you're going to want to unzip it so this mesh screen will give you some ventilation. Same goes for the back window. Back door, front door. We'll open that up so you can see this is a straight shot. This is like a shotgun shack here, just a door in the front, door in the back, goes straight through. And I like that. Better airflow. So there's your view, straight shot through the front and back. So, you know, what do you call front door and back door? I don't know. Just maybe we'll call the front the one with the G on the front. Let's see if the other side has that. No, it doesn't. Okay, so it's clear. This is the front side. I still haven't staked the tent down. I still haven't put the cord through to make the rain fly nice and tight. And I really don't think I'm going to take the time to do that. Unless it's winter time, just keep it out loose and handy. Let's see where we can attach it just so the wind wouldn't blow it off. So here's where the instructions completely go off the tracks. It's been great up to this point. So to attach the rain fly, they want you to tie this strap around this pole. Just make a knot, tie it on like that. And then go up under there and do the others. And, well, there's this problem, you know. I guess you would start at one side, work around. Getting under there to tie the knot, it's going to be a problem. And then it comes with these little tiny paracords. Show you this. With these little loops here. And the instructions, I think, are trying to tell me to connect this part of the rain fly to this. But then it says take this end out here and connect it to the tent stakes. But the end has nothing on it. We'll figure it out. That bird is still going insane. Listen to him. He is upset. He is an angry bird, is what he is. All right, so let's talk about the construction. All right, I've already determined the zippers to be really good. I like these. The double stitched, that's good. The poles are aluminum, not fiberglass. Love it. Absolutely love the poles and the connector system. And the tent stake would go through right here. Would go through that. Okay. Oh, there's another cord for the rain fly. Okay, I think I'm figuring it out now. Okay. But let's see, the stitching around the tent is double stitched. The material, I love the material. I wish it would have came with a ground cover. But I have a tarp to lay down first. So when I actually do set this up at a campsite, I'll put a tarp down first. And spacious in here. They call it a two-person, and I think it's actually for two real people, not two small children. You know, it's not going to be a motel, but by the time you get this out of the way, you can see you've got 5 feet of width from here to there, and that's about 7 there to there. But if you want a winter tent, wow, this thing would be great. With this heavy rain fly on it, you would be so warm and toasty in this thing. But in the summer, you're going to want to do this. Just have your rain cover on standby, because you got to let some heat out of this tent. It's about 90 degrees today. So having that on, that's not gonna work. You're gonna have to have all the flaps unzipped, and you're gonna have to have the top opened for heat escape. Let's zip it up. We'll give you a final shot. And here's how the tent stakes go through. They go in front of the tent pole, and that's a good chunk of nylon there. I like that, and it's stitched on with some heavy stitching. I like that. So far, it's great on the quality of construction. And there's the tent stake. Each corner will look just like this. So here's your shot of it all zipped up with the winter flaps unzipped so you can see through the screen to the other side. And I still haven't figured out what this mesh piece is for and exactly how to keep the rain fly tight with those little paracords there. You know, the first time you set something up is always the worst. This is a lot different than my old tent, but I'm happy to say it's better quality. My other tent had fiberglass poles that were cracking, that were dry rotting. This won't happen. Aluminum poles. You'll never have to worry about rust on that, ever, or cracking. You don't have to slide the pole through a sleeve first, because these just clip on and off. That. Sorry, hard to do with one hand. You understand. Thumbs up. You go, Gonex. Only gripe is I can't figure out the instructions on how to keep this tight. But I'll work on it to keep the rain fly tight. Alright, my friends. You need a tent, even if you're in a camper or RV, as a secondary shelter in case something happened. Also, as a place to store things when you're at camp. And another reason would be as simple as a way to mark your camp. In case you had to drive away in your camper to go sightsee or get supplies, you wouldn't want people to know your camp is already taken, so you would put a tent up there. And so these tents are as good as they say, and they're at the best price now I've ever seen them. I've had cheap tents before. Believe me, you don't want them. So yeah, I recommend this one. The link is in the description. Take care, be well, smash the bell.